how can data analytics enhance trade, security, and cooperation? And if I talk about particularly Pakistan and USA, and I would say that what role do AI and big data play in shaping global diplomacy and economic growth? What is your take on it?
Well, I think AI is going to have a lot of near-term impacts on different countries and different geographies around the world. It will have some negative near-term impacts on anything that's dealing with outsourced call centers, entry-level software development, editors, and other types of assistants. So we definitely should expect AI to have like a near-term negative impact on countries like India or the Philippines. I think with Pakistan, it's a little bit unclear, just because Pakistan is still much more atoms than bits. And so probably AI won't have any type of big negative near-term impact, and probably will play, like most economies, just have a very, very positive long-term impact, like for most economies around the world.
How can data analytics enhance trade, security, and cooperation between Pakistan and the USA?
I have no idea how data analytics is going to help security and cooperation. That's a little bit above my pay grade. I mean, I think the most important thing for things like security and cooperation is having folks work one another and being honest and open with one another with their interests. And sometimes both countries and people are just quite too guarded, or they're playing things too close to their vest, or they're double speaking, and so if you put everything on the table, it's much easier to find a win-win solution with other folks.
Right. So what advice would you give to Pakistani startups looking to expand globally?
Well, I think the most ambitious Pakistani tech founders moved to the US. If you think of people like Imad Akund, who's the CEO of Mercury, or Osman Rashid, who's the former CEO of Chegg, these are people who moved to the US. The second most ambitious Pakistani tech founder are people who moved to like Canada or the UK. And that's not just true for Pakistan, by the way. It's even true for France. The most ambitious French founders are moving to the US. If you think of like the top 50 French tech founders, probably 40 to 45 of them moved to the US. Now, Pakistan itself is a huge market. So, I mean, we have 250 million people, fifth most populous country in the world. So it probably is worth the time for founders to develop products much more for that particular market. Of course, one of the difficulties, and you know this better than me, but one of the difficulties of operating in the Pakistani market is that a very large percentage of the economy is dominated by a very small number of families, and those families have an interest in not allowing a lot of new competition. So if you're a new entrepreneur, you kind of need one of these families to get on your side. And in a market like the US, you just don't have those same impediments. So as an entrepreneur, you can just move much faster.
How do you see the potential of Pakistan's industry in global market?
I mean, if you think of Pakistani's tech companies selling abroad, I can't think of one Pakistani tech company that sells products to companies in the US. Literally not one. I'm sure there are some, but I have not come across any. So I think there's just a lot of open space and a lot of opportunities for folks to start things, but you're starting at a very low base.
सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल दबाएं ताकि कोई खबर रह न जाए।